we've hit a pause on stage 2. Okay, my arm is give out. I can't even hardly hold up this camera. I'm in the beginnings of stage 2. So I walked around and restapled the wire out here, any loose spots. Because at some point, even though we were using these little pieces of 2x4 is what I was, see, this is what I had it, I'd cut, these were left over, and when I had it I wanted to have it cut and ready for when Daniel came. I didn't want us to have to just get the wire out and drag it. I knew it was getting darker and darker, and I knew that when I talked to him on the phone, he left work, it was after 5, so I was thinking, I was out here working almost the whole time. I never even seen him go up the driveway, so when he showed up and it was dark already, I really didn't think that we were going to get anything done, but we did. And y'all seen that video already. But what I had done, and I didn't really show it in the video, was I had gotten the wire and rolled it out, starting at this end down here. And it was on the ground because, I couldn't lift. That was the whole point, is needing help, is I couldn't lift it. But I had it sitting on the ground and rolling it out. And when I got a few feet away from this corner, I used these pieces that I had cut off of the 2x4s when I was framing and screwed them, holding the wire up to this corner. That way it was holding it and I was able to roll it out. And when I got down here to this end, I screwed a couple in here to hold it in place. You can see a screw hole here, one right down there, and then I cut it. And so that piece was leaned up against, cut and ready to go. I left it a little bit long so we'd have room to weave that little pipe. I don't know what I do with that little pipe, but I think I did that when, I don't know how many of you guys watched me redoing the chicken yard fence last year, or yeah, I guess it was last year or the year before. I would weave that pipe in the wire, and then I hooked it to my golf cart, to the back of my golf cart with a rope, and just pulled it, and it pulled everything tight. So this time I didn't have a contraption like the golf cart to work with, but Daniel was strong enough. And then I started at that end and did it up in that corner and rolled it this way and cut it. Still leaving it, and I just cut it this morning. I just cut that piece off right down there. Anyway, what I've done right now, let me turn the camera, y'all can see behind me. That's why I said my arm is sore. See, leaned up back there behind me is 2 sheets of the T111 leaned against the shed, and I've started painting it with the sprayer. But this arm is sore. I don't know why this arm is sore. It literally got sore the day I put all the hay in the shop, in the feed room out there. I had 6 bales of hay, and for some reason, maybe I picked one up wrong. I don't really know, but I know that I feel like the next morning my arm was sore, and I thought, well, I carried all that hay. But I don't think I've let it rest, because I just keep, I'm busy. So I just took my other sawhorses and just threw up those 3 cut pieces of boards. I had them stacked right here. Made a little table so I could mix my paint and set my sprayer. These dry, I will start this. So like I said, I jokingly said we're beginning stage 2, and that was the beginning. I got to get those painted. And I've got some leftover 2x6s right there that will go in between this 2x6 and this one right here. Everywhere a joint, when they come together, will meet. That way they'll have something to screw to and be and won't be bowed. So yeah, that's where I'm at, waiting for that to dry, resting my arm. I've got me a glass of tea over there. I'm fixing to sit. See this mess right here? These are the 2 wild ones. Is that ridiculous that I can walk past them? They could care less. If I reach down and touch one, scatter like ants. Okay, so I'm tired of, I'm not gonna gripe. Fixing to fix it all. Gonna fix it all. And then I am gonna do like a really, now that tomcat's gone, I'm gonna try really hard to get them up there and get them spayed. And then it won't be any more kittens here. Now, there's no tomcats running around out here right now. They're the only two that are not fixed. If I can catch them, it'd be actually a perfect time to catch them. If I could take like a crate and sit it down on top of them without letting them hear me and seeing it coming down on them. But man, wouldn't that freak them out? Might try that. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to start measuring this out and cutting those and putting them in. So it'll be ready when those dry and I can cut them. And I've got to flip them and paint the tops, or either take my stepping stool out there and paint them real quick right now. But I've got one more sheet over here that has to be painted, but I don't have another. I don't want to lean up and get spray on it. The planer thing that puts that pattern on it, that cuts into it and gives it them grooves, was off a little. And it was throwing I was like, am I seeing this wrong? The line looks, I drew the line out straight, 32 inches from each end, made a mark, got my straight edge, made my straight line. And when I look at it, I'm thinking, that line don't look straight. So then I get my square out again and put it across there. The big square, like the drywall sheetrock square thing. I don't know what you call it. I call it a square. That big blue thing laying there, because it's got that straight edge on it, and that straight edge, I lay it across there, and it literally would look like that was following the line, but it looked like it was at an angle. And I was like, is this me? So I went, Steph come out her back door, and Elora was playing in the backyard, and Steph came out, and I said, hey, come here. She walked over, and I said, she goes, yeah, I don't think you marked it straight. So then I said, okay, here's the tape. So she measured, and she to my mark, and she goes, yeah, it's 32. She measured the other side, and she goes, yeah, 32. And she goes, I don't know, it looks crooked. And I'm like, right, it looks crooked. Now, I've got it up on the wall. It's the first 3 pieces. I'm going to have to do a little bit of touch up in the paint, because as it dried where the shadows where I couldn't see. And you can see like where it's splintered, but all that's going to be trimmed out. So you're not going to see any of that. And then it's going to be trimmed along the bottom too. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it right now cut. But I will tell you this. I don't know if y'all can see it in the camera, but there are some grooves going at angles across here in the pattern all the way down. And it's on this one too. But on this one, it's not like that. You got your up and down grooves. I'm not saying that you can maybe feel it. I don't know. I don't think you can feel it. It's just like a shadow groove. See this? There's another one right here. And they must have been all the way through, because, you know, this is a tall piece. So if it's on this sheet, it's right there, and it's right there. And on this sheet, there's one. There's only one on this one. I think if this thing went through the machine that cuts it with these grooves, something happened to this piece. Because when Steph was looking at it, I'd already cut the first piece off. And I was measuring out for this piece. And when she was looking, when she stood at the end of it, she goes, well, I can see that the first cut wasn't right, because it's taller on that end. It looked like laying out, it was the smooth. It was this edge. This is the smooth edge, uncut. On the bench, it looked like That end was way up here, and it was cut at an angle like this. And I said, yeah, it looks like it, but it's not, because I measured both sides when I laid it out across there. It is an exactly 8-foot sheet of paneling, T111. I said, 8 foot on both sides, 96 inches. I said, it's something in the pattern that makes it look like it's going at an angle. And she says, well, I hope it don't look like that when I go to get on the wall. I can see the line. I can see that thing, and it does make your eye. It makes your eye wonder. But maybe that's what we were seeing. That groove was sort of weird to say that, but the groove was throwing us off. I don't know. But she thought it. I thought it was me. I thought I was tired and needed something to eat and wasn't thinking straight. And she said no, she sees it too. She thought the board was too long, but it was like one edge, like it had been cut at an angle when it was cut from the sheet. But it wasn't. So I don't know. It took me a long time to get these 3 pieces up, because I sat out there on the sawhorses just staring at it, remeasuring, measuring, remeasuring, and measuring again, and I could not make it look right. But it looks fine now here, and it looks pretty. I'll get the trim up on the bottom. I'll get the trim here. Then those right in there will be what's up there at the top, up there by the rafters. There'll be trim, cedar trim up the side, and I'll put a header in for the screen when I get it, the screen door when I put it in. And then tomorrow I will finish this side. This side is not as quite as long as that side. That took 4 pieces, 3 full 48s, and then that was 37. This one, where I'm pointing at here, my camera shows it over here. So right there, it's 37. And I know I cut back because actually, I think I ended up cutting it out of the other video, because my video that y'all seen Tuesday was so long that I cut it back to 18 minutes. But this 4x4 right here was not straight. It's got a bow in it. So at the top was 37.5, but at the bottom was 37. So I just cut that whole thing at 37 because the trim is going to cover it. Anyway, I think it looks good. I'm really happy with it. If you didn't realize it and you just stepped up, because I got, you know, it's straight across the top, it almost looks like it's already trimmed from far away, but it's not. The trim will sit down on top of that, and then I will put some kind of small little like lattice, the little pieces of lattice trim that you can buy that's underneath it, to cover the raw edge. I'm not going to do all that caulk in and stuff like that, but I think that'll look pretty. Anyway, I'm happy with what I got done today. I'm just tired, I think, from yesterday doing all the framing, and then my arm is still hurting from, I don't know, I guess the day I carried all that hay. And I need hay again. I'll be glad when spring actually gets here and the grass comes out, because I can't keep enough hay for her and those goats. I just can't keep enough. Okay, go. I've got these 2 cut to start here. My morning's been a little bit busy because once again, I took lunch to Connor and Elora this time. I don't know how it happened. Hold on. I don't know how it happened or why I did it, or maybe I was sleepy. I don't know. But I was playing a game on my phone before I went to bed last night. I was it was like, you know, getting sleepy. And Levi told me the sound of my phone was bothering him. Now, out of all the stuff that he does, and multitasking with the TV and the tablet, my game on my phone bothered him. So I turned it down. I thought I only turned down the volume of the game. I mean, I know the volume of the game went down. Somehow or another, I must have hit something else, because this morning I woke up with 13, between the 2 kids, between Elora and Connor, I'd missed 13 text messages and a couple of phone calls. Needing me to bring them lunch today, or wanting me. I don't know if they needed me to, but they wanted me to bring them lunch today. So I didn't get those messages until 8:30. It seems like they started about 6:45. I didn't see them till I was, woke up, come down the hall. I don't look straight at my phone every morning anyway. So I come down the hallway, took my morning, this chicken. Look at this. Right there. No, ma'am, go. No, ma'am, you're not. No, ma'am. So like I said, I don't normally look at my phone right off the bat in the morning. I did think it was sort of funny, I think, when I got up that I hadn't got any messages from some of you guys that direct message me, and our times are different. Like, you might be up already where my time is an hour behind you or something, so I'm not up yet. So when I get up, usually I'm hearing like dings on my phone as it catches up with itself. Anyway, I didn't hear anything. Come down, sat my phone beside my chair, went and took my morning thyroid pill, and then sat down to mess with my phone before I could eat breakfast, because I have to wait a little bit after I take my thyroid. I wait about 10 minutes before I eat my breakfast. And that's when I noticed all these missed calls and texts from them. So anyway, I straightened up the house, did a few things in the house, and then got dressed and went and got their lunch, took it to them. Then I had to go get hay. And in the meantime, I'd been messaging or getting some emails from the Jonas family about a package that was coming for Lester and Jamie, but it was perishable, and it was coming here. Because I asked, was it coming to the Livingston address or this address, and they said here. So I knew it might. I didn't want it to sit out by the road on that stump, either get stolen or be dark by the time Ellie or somebody come down the driveway to pick packages up. So I told them to let me know when it came. If they got a notification, to let me know, and then I would get it and I would take it to them. And then actually it was dropped off, praise God, at Mom and Dad's. And Mama called me right away and said the package is here. So I said, okay. So now Levi's in the car, I'm getting in the car, and we're headed to take that to Lester and Jamie. Then if I get home and it's not dark yet, then I'll do a little bit more work out here. But basically all I got cut was 2 boards before I got that phone call from Mom. So that's what we're doing. So it's a little delay in step 2. So we're back from going to Lester and Jamie's. We did get back before dark, but not very long before dark. So I went out and fed Molly. And it's dark out now. And I've been in the house maybe 15 minutes. So I'm going to get this video out to y'all. And we're going to do, what are we going to call this? Pause in step 2. Delay in step 2. Anyway, and we'll get the conclusion of step 2. And I've got to do it early too tomorrow, because I think rain comes in tomorrow. I haven't looked at, I think it comes in tomorrow.
It comes in Friday.
Did I say Friday?
Yeah.
How can you hear me with them headphones on?
Yeah.
He said that rain comes in on Friday.
Mm.
I can look real quick right here. Let's see.
Rain comes in Friday.
Levi, did I tell you that?
Yeah.
I never know what I say or what I read. What he catches. He catches everything, though. He might be right. Okay. Rain comes in tomorrow, a 30% chance. Let me go to hourly. Oh, yeah, we start getting a chance tonight. 15. It goes up to 20. It's not a very high chance. By 9 o'clock, it could be a 35% chance of rain, and then it starts going back down. But then Friday, we have a 40% chance of rain. Oop.
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah.
I'd like to hit you sometimes.
No?
Yes. Saturday is all day rain, and Sunday is almost all day rain. Super Bowl Sunday is almost all rain. Good day for a Super Bowl. So Daniel just called me. He's touring the Dallas. I don't know what all he's getting a tour right now. When he called, he's in their locker room. He said it's shaped like the Cowboys. He said it's shaped like a football helmet. I guess I'm going to have to start making trips with him when he goes to Dallas. Can your sister tag along? Anyway, I could hear the little girl, the little tourist, what do you call her? The one giving the tour, I can't even think now, but I could hear her talking about, she said something about on the second level, there's a 17-yard practice. So cool. Anyway, so we're going to go. We love you guys. God bless y'all, and we will see you later.
Facility costs more than their stadium.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
You know why?
Why?
Because they only go there eight times a year. They're here almost every day.
Oh, yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
crazy, though, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this place is freaking crazy. Anyway, all right, I just thought I'd share that with you.
Okay, love you.
All
All right.
Love you too, bye.
Bye. He just called me back, so I thought I would tell y'all. He whispered something to me real quiet, and then he whispered it, and then he got off the phone. I'm in the war room. All right, I gotta go. He's so crazy.